1. The Forgotten Mansion. Nestled on a hill, shrouded in mist, stood the Forgotten Mansion. Its grandeur was now faded, and its halls echoed with the whispers of a time long past. The air within hung heavy with secrets, and the walls seemed to hold memories that refused to fade. As night fell, strange sounds echoed through the empty rooms. Footsteps that belonged to no living soul, and faint, mournful wails that seemed to seep from the very walls themselves. The atmosphere grew colder, and the air seemed to vibrate with an unseen presence. One evening, as the moon cast an ethereal glow, a figure appeared at the top of the grand staircase. A woman in a tattered gown, her eyes hollow and her expression one of eternal sadness. She descended, her steps slow and deliberate, until she stood before the intruder. The air grew colder still, and the room seemed to close in. The woman's lips parted, and in a voice that seemed to echo from another world, she whispered a name that had not been spoken in centuries. 2. The Midnight Carnival. In the heart of the town, the carnival came to life as the moon reached its zenith. The music was haunting, a melody that seemed to tug at the very soul of those who heard it. The rides creaked to life, their lights casting eerie patterns against the night. As the clock struck midnight, the carnival took on a new life. The laughter of children faded, replaced by a chorus of ghostly echoes. The vendors' stalls stood empty, yet the scent of cotton candy and popcorn lingered in the air. In the center of it all stood a carousel, its painted horses frozen mid-gallop. It spun in a slow, deliberate circle, as if moved by an unseen hand. The calliope played a mournful tune, and the figures on the horses seemed to come alive. Then, one by one, they dismounted, their movements jerky and unnatural. They turned as one, their eyes hollow and empty. In unison, they began to advance, their steps in time with the music. 3. The Phantom Ship. Off the coast where the waves crash against the cliffs, there is a legend of a phantom ship that appears on moonless nights. It is said to be crewed by the lost souls of sailors who met their untimely end at sea. The ship glides through the mist, its tattered sails billowing in the ghostly breeze. One stormy night, a fisherman ventured out despite the warnings, lured by the promise of a bountiful catch. As he cast his net into the churning waters, he saw a faint light on the horizon. The ship emerged from the darkness, its spectral crew staring out with hollow eyes. Desperation gripped the fisherman as he tried to flee, but an unseen force held him in place. The captain, a spectral figure cloaked in tattered rags, approached him. With a voice like the howling wind, the captain spoke of a curse that bound them to the eternal sea. As the first light of dawn broke the horizon, the phantom ship vanished, leaving the fisherman alone on his boat. He returned to shore, forever haunted by the memory of that fateful encounter. 4. The Forgotten Hotel. In the heart of the city, obscured by the hustle and bustle, stood the Forgotten Hotel. Its once opulent facade now weathered and faded. It was a relic of a bygone era. The lobby, adorned with dusty chandeliers, held an air of faded grandeur. The rooms, long vacant, seemed frozen in time, beds neatly made, as if awaiting guests who would never arrive. Each night a mournful melody echoed through the halls, the source of which remained a mystery. One brave soul dared to spend a night within the forsaken hotel. As the hours passed, whispers seemed to fill the air, voices from another time. Shadows danced on the walls, and the air grew heavy with the scent of old perfume. In the mirror, a figure appeared, a woman in a gown of faded silk. Her eyes met those of the intruder, and a mournful smile played on her lips. She reached out, her fingers icy to the touch, before vanishing into the darkness.